is a Leo. Leo are the most prideful horoscopes of the stars. They can be the most arrogant and self-absorbing signs, but they are also the strong, independent, and loyal signs. So let's let this devoted Leo bring us a topic about marriage. Welcome, Amy.
Whoa!
Married!
Getting married, yay!
I'm still with someone.
There are only two kinds of people in this world. Those who believe in marriage and those who don't. People who believe in marriage are more romantic. These people always dream of the day standing in church with their lovers, holding each other's hands, saying, "Yes, I do." On the other hand, people who don't believe in marriage think that it is ridiculous for one piece of paper to change two people's lives. These people think that if one day your lover doesn't love you anymore, that piece of paper wouldn't change any fact of you getting a divorce. So, here's the question. Do you believe in marriage? Do you believe that two signatures on one piece of paper can really change your entire life? Honestly, once in my lifetime, I didn't believe in marriage. I thought that marriage is just something people do to gain trust. And I also thought that the whole happily ever after thing in fairy tales are nonsense. And this story traced back to when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I used to be that kind of girl crying out loudly outside of my parents' room, screaming and yelling and begging them not to get a divorce. I remember that I had to do this all the time because my parents fought a lot. They fought for everything, like all other couples. They fought for money, the education of children, different lifestyles, and almost every single thing. But that time, I was selfish. I would give up anything to give up a complete family. So, after my screaming and yelling and begging all those years, my parents didn't get a divorce. And I didn't believe in marriage. Because I saw with my own two eyes that two married people can still hate each other so much. And I was disappointed in fairy tales. I was disappointed in commitment. I was disappointed in marriage. And years passed by. My parents started to know each other better, and I became more mature. In fact, I wouldn't care so much anymore if they get a divorce now, because I think I am old enough to get easy with everything, and I realized that it is kind of a torture for two people who doesn't love each other to be together. So, during my senior high school life, I walked towards my parents, and I told them that, "Mom, Dad, you know that it is really okay for you to get a divorce now, you know, because I'm old enough to get over it." And then my mom and dad just look at me with a surprised face and say that, "Amy, are you nuts? Why should we get married when we are all so happy together?" At that time, I realized that my parents really still love each other. Yes, they still fight a lot, and they almost complain about each other every single day. But at the end of the day, they still need each other to be by their side. They are already a part of each other, and no one can take that away. I bet this is the so-called happily ever after. You don't have to be happy all the time. You don't have to agree with every single thing each other says. Marriage is not about a beautiful wedding dress, and marriage is not something you must do in your entire life. Marriage is about trust, love, and forgiveness. And that is when I started to believe in marriage. Because I realized that marriage is not something that you must do in your entire life. You know, there are still many, many single people out there living an extremely happy life without being married. So, get married because you think that you're about the age to get married. And don't get married if you don't believe in marriage. Get married because you met someone one day, and that person you love him so much, and you want to spend the rest of your life with. Get married because that person is the only person you want to see at the first sight when you wake up in the morning. Get married because you believe in marriage. So, here's the question again. Do you believe in marriage? Well, I do. But no matter if you believe in marriage or not, I would like to wish all of you here a happily ever after life. Back to Vietnamese.